Once again, I've been doing a lot of things and not filming it. I'm a bit shit at this, but to be fair, I don't think I get enough views to really matter anyway. But anyway, I've been doing stuff, and that's one of them. That's not actually a complete cam cover. As cool as it is, and it's gonna be, I'm gonna make it like that. Currently, this is an alloy badge. This is originally off a Volvo Penta. I think it's off, I'm pretty sure it's off a generator. Basically, the company I bought this off make generators. And I think he said it's off a big power generator, basically, because Volvo Penta are mostly marine, but also just off-road engines, so industrial generators and stuff also. As you can tell by the state of my arm, that's how busy I've been. Very. But anyway, I got these from a place. I got two of them because they're cool as fuck. As soon as I saw them, it's like, I want them. And what I've done, just as a mock-up, as you can see, that looks absolutely cool as hell. And it confused people even more because A, you didn't get cam covers like that, and B, most people don't know what a Penta engine even is, and C, the people who do is like, hang on, that's a boat engine. So yeah, because it is a boat engine originally, just going in my car. But yeah, how I do this, I don't know. What I did just so far is I got one of my many spare red block cam covers and ground the Volvo logo off, and just by chance, maybe not a coincidence because it's Volvo and Volvo, so Volvo have probably got some kind of standard size for things. It's exactly the correct, you know, exactly the same width as the raised section on the cam cover. You know, obviously this was never intended for that, but I bet you they've got like certain sizes for everything, and that's why it's exactly the same. So I've got two options with this. I need to speak to Thomas really to decide. The easiest option would be to drill a couple of little holes in the cam cover and literally bolt it down, rivet it down, because there is two holes. If I was being fancy, you could very carefully cut a hole in the cam cover, TIG weld that on because they're both aluminium, TIG weld it on and make it look, you know, like it was always there. Unfortunately, I can't TIG weld. Thomas can, but it's a fair bit of work, and even a fair bit of work after to get it right, because it'd need repainting. It'd be, yeah, I don't know if I could be bothered, to be honest. So I'll speak to Thomas, but I honestly think it might be easier just to do that. The only bad thing is this is slightly curved. So as it is, there would be gaps. Do I really care? Nah, probably not. Another thing I got, again, to sort of confuse people, is some stickers for the outside. Powered by Volvo Penta. But I like to confuse people, and that on an MX5, it's going to have no MX5 badges or anything on it, or Mazda badges, will confuse people even more, because, well, never underestimate how little people know. Like my RX-7 never went, well, every single journey I couldn't barely stop at any set of lights without someone asking me what the car was, or what did it used to be, was often the way they would say it, which is weird, but nobody knew it was an RX-7. And yeah, so who's to say they're going to know this is an MX5? I reckon they might not. Well, obviously some people will, but never underestimate how little people know. So yeah, it'd be the same with that. And also, I kind of like this because the more common sort of sticker like this or logo like this, especially in that same font, is the Powered by Cosworth badge or logo, which you see on, well, various things made by Cosworth. And seeing as this whole project was because, you know, to build an even better version of the Cosworth engine MX5 I used to have, I should never have sold, which I've covered in previous videos, it's kind of appropriate to have that. Other things have happened, little bits and pieces have arrived, harnesses, manual window winders, blah blah blah. But I've done something else pretty big today. Well, not just today, today and yesterday I think I did it. And I didn't record it, and I've not finished, but I better show you. Yeah, the MX5 is no longer red. It is it is now the same color as the inside and the same color as under the bonnet. It is satin black. I've not finished yet. All the skirts and the bumper and everything are literally not at all bolted on. They are just placed on for the pictures. The wheels are literally on with one wheel nut just so I could see what they look like. But yeah, it's all on. I think it looks badass, to be honest. This is kind of, I knew it would kind of look like this because I've done cars in satin black before. So I knew it, you know, I knew it would look decent, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I've also fitted both the rear spoilers, which I've had forever. And in fact, I've also repaired this side skirt because I cut a hole in it to have a side exit, I don't know, months ago. And I've decided against having a side exit now. So I needed to refill that hole. And it turns out these skirts are, well, I was thinking, oh, I'll just get another one. Then it turns out they're rare as rockin' horse shit. They're genuine Mazda ones, plastic, flexible plastic, polyurethane or whatever. But they're the ones off the Le Mans Special Edition, which only made like, I don't know, a couple hundred of them, I think. Maybe not even that. Maybe they didn't even make 100 of them. I can't remember. They're rare anyway. And yeah, these are the skirts off it. Why this car's got them, I don't know. But the odds of finding some more, or at least at a sensible price, are slim to none. And this car, or none of my cars, are about spending lots of money for nothing. So I repaired it. Literally, some wire mesh and some body and some, you know, fiberglass goop and some body filler, and it's acceptable. It's, I mean, I can see from here it's not right. I did it a bit wrong. It's kind of bows in a bit, but it's in a quite not noticeable place, and I don't care. To be honest, this whole thing's, and I don't care. This, you know, I want it to look fine as I drive past people. It's not a show car. You know, this car's gonna be used for hooning and driving and just enjoying. So honestly, it's, if you looked up close, I doubt there's a single panel that's perfect. Well, actually, I'm damn sure there's not. And most panels are far from it. I don't know if you remember, but the rear quarter was shit. It had like real bad peeling paint, and oh, it's all over the shop. And I never really understood why, because remember, before I owned this car used to be wrapped, and some of the wrap had pulled off lacquer and paint and shit, and it was a fucking mess, real bad. And while I have done a bit of making it better, I'm not about that. Do you know what I mean? It's like I ain't spending thousands of pounds or thousands of hours making things right for a car it's gonna get, you know, damaged again, be it stone chips or little crashes or whatever, you know, we're drifting and whatnot. So fuck that. But that rear quarter, I don't know if it's been it was dented before, because I can't see any damage, but there's fucking loads of filler. So I reckon it had some kind of ding. I mean, it's not bent inside the arch or anything, so whatever it was obviously superficial. But But as I was removing all the fucking awful like paint coming off and all sorts, I got down to filler, and it's like I ain't, you know, it was going to be next to impossible to get it right. So I got it sort of, I mean, look, it's better than it was. It was a fucking mess, but honestly, if you look up close, it's wavy the whole lot, because I could have spent all day or days getting it perfectly smooth, but I can't be fucking bothered. It's not me, it's not what I care about. So it's crap, but it's acceptable. And you know, say if one day somehow I magically change the kind of person I was, which I won't, because I don't want to be that kind of person, this car could easily be made super perfect and straight. It just needs a couple of days, you know, with a DA sander making everything perfect. But hell no, I'm not doing that. I can't be bothered. Because obviously, as you've probably seen, the car was very solid anyway, and I've de-rusted it what little there was, so it's probably one of the most rust-free solid NA MX5s in this country, which ain't saying much because they're all rusty as fuck, but this one is really solid. But body wise, on the outside, is it nice? Hell no, it's not. Literally none of it is. All the, you know, there's very little prep. You can't see it in pictures. You can't, well, you probably can't see it in this, and you can't see it in photos, but I can see with my own eyes from this distance the bumpers or scratchy shit and rough underneath and all that. But that's fine. That's kind of, you know, this car's just about being badass. It's not about fucking, you know, it's to be used, nothing else. You know, I don't like how MX5s look, but I made this one look pretty badass. I'm happier with it. I put the two rear spoilers on. I don't know if you remember from earlier videos, but I said I did like the ducktail lower one, but I didn't really like the roof one. Well, I wasn't sure about the roof one, but I thought, but obviously I had them both because they came as a package deal basically. And now it's fitted. I don't particularly like the roof one from this angle. It kind of looks a bit odd, but from the back, I think it looks really good. So it's gonna stay. Well, to be fair, it's tiger sealed on now, so it ain't ever coming off, so it's definitely staying. Not painted the rear bumper yet because I've run out of paint. But yeah, everything. I mean, even the boot lid where the wrap had peeled off most of the original paint and stuff. Well, it wasn't the original paint. I think this car's been painted at some point and painted badly, so the wrap had pulled it off. So that boot lid, although it's straight and indented, the actual surface is fucking terrible. And while I, you know, I gave it a bit of, you know, sandpaper love, I wasn't even gonna, you know, I haven't even fully made the bloody filler cap nice, because one sort of third of it had like a top layer of paint come off it when the wrap came off, and I was like, I haven't even sorted that out. I don't care, it's just not about that. So yeah, this is how it looks so far, and I like it. I mean, even to be honest, both spoilers, especially the roof one, the roof wasn't mint anyway, so I don't care. It had marks before I bought it, and again, and it had like big chunks peeling off and stuff, and I've tidied it. But even from my eyes here, I can see where I've tidied it. It's, you know, it's a mess, but it's fine. And like literally, the way the rear spoiler is the whole seam bit where the roof joins to the, you know, the roof spoiler, was black tiger seal, and it looks, yeah, you know what tiger seal looks like. It looks like a big rubber fucking splodge. So even that's not super pretty, but it's good enough. I don't care. It's not, you know, this and about that. Only thing I'm not happy with at the moment, because the thing is, right, I don't care about cars being like show car mint perfect, because I don't give a shit, you know what I mean. But I do like cars to look pretty badass. And don't know why, it's just me, it always has been on all of my cars. Fucking wing mirrors. They're always too big as standard. On so many of my cars, I've put even like, no joke, going back fucking since when I first had my driving license, I've been like this. I had them on then. Like, I prefer the small, like, cup mirrors, if you know what I'm saying. Those little ones that are about the size of a fucking cup, tiny and, you know, whatever. Because I don't like big mirrors. They just stick out. It's like ears. It's like big elephant ears or fucking Prince Charles ears or whatever. It's just, I always think mirrors stick out too far on cars. And I think the same with this. So, but I don't want to spend a lot of money, and these mirrors they're stalk mounted. They're not just on the side like they are on most cars. So I quickly googled like MX5 wing mirrors, and literally the first thing that came up was exactly what I wanted, and it was cheap as chips. I think it's like 35 quid. They haven't arrived yet, but they're some kind of MX5 race mirrors, and they're not those super skinny, like, single-seater race car or whatever mirrors that you see people fit. I don't really like that style. These are kind of, they're squarer. I don't know. You'll see when they turn up, but they're smaller than them, and that's the most important thing. So, yeah, this is what you see. These are the wheels that this car came on, and I'm going to keep. They're the Racing Sparco Crimson NS2, I can't remember what they're called, but they're light for what they are. They're only 6.5 by 15s, they're not wide, but they're a fairly decent offset, although chances are I'll be adding some small spaces anyway. But they're light, they're about 5.5 kilos each, so they're not the lightest things in the world, but as wheels go, they are certainly lightweight wheels. So they can stay, they're really good condition. I don't know, I did plan, and I would have today if I hadn't already run out of paint. I did plan to spray them satin black completely like the rest of the car. Currently they're as they would have left the factory, so some kind of gunmetal centre, which is with age seemingly going white in places, so they need painting anyway probably, and a polished outer, because they're 2-piece wheels or 3-piece. I don't know. They're the welded wheels, if you know what I'm saying. Because I took them off to clean them up, and the centers are welded to the outers, if you know what I'm saying. As a lot of these Japanese wheels were. They're not some 1-piece cast wheel. It's actual separate barrels welded to the centers. So they're, you know, they're pretty funky. But yeah, I don't know if the shiny rims on these really work with the rest of this car's look, so I don't know. But they look alright, and it almost seems a shame not to keep the shiny centers, because they're actually quite good nick. But either way, they're fine. Currently it's like on 195/50 15s, I think. I'm tempted when I look into it. I'm definitely going to have some better tyres on it, like some semi-slicks or something decent on it probably. But I might go a little bit wider too. I kind of like the lot of tyre look. I mean, this is 195s on a 6.5 is getting to the limit anyways, but I might go like 205. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but that's not important. Yeah, like I said, the rear bumper I haven't painted yet because I've got no paint left. I'll have to buy some for tomorrow. But yeah, this is where we are. Obviously, the inside is equally black and badass. Carbon seats are in, as you have seen. And yeah, all good. I have got the manual window winders now. I just not fitted them yet. But yeah, it's pretty cool. To be honest, I'm going to go over some of this. I mean, it's dusty as hell, look still. You know, it will look blacker when I've actually cleaned it. And I'll do the paint some more, because at the moment it is genuinely a very thin coat. I mean, there's not, I can see red still on the bumper. I literally ran out of paint, so I gave it a quick blast. But yeah, my plan, the look I always had pictured in my head is pretty much how it's come out. I don't like the headlights still. I think they stick up too far. They look like a fucking frog. It's just never, I don't like pop-up lights, full stop. Still not decided what I'm going to do though. It's going to be out of those two Jazz Racing mirror, those two Jazz Racing light options. One is the low profile pop-ups, which are like rectangles and go to about halfway, or which is all my current favorite, but only just, are those like, well, fixed headlamps, which are yeah, kind of like flush. To be honest, if I ran the low profile ones, I'm 90% sure I just leave them in the fixed up position anyway. I really I don't know, I can't be fucked with pop-up headlights, really can't. I don't know what I'm going to do. Not decided yet, but yeah, that is one thing. Well, the mirrors are changing, I've already told you that. Headlights are also changing, but I've not bought them yet because I don't really know. I've not really decided what to do. Oh, I'll tell you one thing as well. The side light, well, the front indicators really. Look, these. Is it this way? Don't really like them. I think it looks nicer just as holes. So, but it still needs indicators. So, let's pull this out because I just don't even like looking at it. Come out, you fucker. Yeah, I prefer them as holes. It looks meaner, it looks nicer. With those big bloody indicators in, it looks shit, I think. They call them, I think they call them TSIs, turn signal indicators, or some shit like that. But yeah, they're known as TSIs for some reason. There's various options that allow it to be vents but still indicators. So I'm going to get one of them, because they're like side lights and indicators normally. I swear on my Cosworth powered one, I changed them to just be indicators, which is fine by me, as long as it's still got side lights there. Oh, I don't bloody know. But I would like them to be as open as possible. I think maybe that could Jazz again make like ones that's pretty much almost like open mesh, and it's just got hidden little indicators behind it. If they do, and I think they do, something like that would do me. I think the ones I had before were like kind of like ducts with little indicators in, but they kind of almost seem like they closed up half the hole, whereas big hole and like airflow in it. So I'd rather keep the holes. So yeah, that's where we are now. Hopefully you like it. Looks like an S13 from here, which is a good thing because S13s are pretty cool and worth a fortune these days. So yeah, this is where we are. It's literally getting to the stage now where the engine goes in for the final time and yeah, it becomes a actual road car, a finished car. That means we've got two satin black cars in the workshop now. An MX5 that I don't hate the look of, because honestly I've had all these MX5s. I love MX5s to drive. They're brilliant cars. I don't like how they look, but this one, once I'm done, I think it's pretty cool. Also, I'm not finished yet. I still don't like the mirrors and the lights. The rest of it, yeah, I didn't really like the skirts, but it kind of looks better with than without. Not by much, but it does. And it visually lowers it a bit, because I'm not going to run this car like decked on the ground, because it's for driving. Do you know what I mean? It's not a fucking stance car, so I'd like some suspension travel. Because you always see these people, a lot of these MX5 people, oh, these coilovers, whatever brand, you know, they're shit because they don't go low enough. It's like, not low enough for you, but for performance, yeah, they're going to be low enough. So I'm not, you know, although I want this car to be low, I want it to fucking handle. So, yeah, it's, you know, I'm not slamming it. So visually lowering it with some skirts that aren't too fucking hovercrafty, because that's the trouble, a lot of these aftermarket skirts are super hovercraft, and no thanks. So yeah, these are almost subtle, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I am absolutely filthy, and it's best part of midnight, and I got about half hour to drive home. Then I need to spend about a week in the shower to clean off, because well, I'm not even sure what my face looks like, but considering what the rest of me looks like, then I'm sure it ain't too pretty. I'll probably look like I've been down a coal mine. So anyway, I'm gonna go, and hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like how it looks. Let me know what you think about the wheels. I probably won't listen, but I'm undecided whether to keep the polished lip or not. Not sure. I think it'll look decent either way, but I'm not, I don't know. I kind of think the polished lip's a bit fancy for me. I'd rather just satin, you know, completely murdered out, as they say. Fuck knows. We'll see. Let me know. See you next time.